intriguing report to share with you guys today, and one that I just kind of want to throw out there to you guys. But what's going on is right now we have French researchers who have revived or reanimated over a dozen ancient viruses that they found in a permafrost in Siberia. And we're talking the age of these particular viruses that they found are millions and millions and millions of years old. In other words, we have no idea what kind of prehistoric viruses they are, or we don't even know what kind of repercussions that could have on humanity. I mean, this is a pretty huge topic here. But before I dive in, don't forget, subscribe to restrictiverepublic.com. If you aren't there today, I beg you, please sponsor us and support us there. This is our main active site, and we share exclusive content that you're not going to get anywhere else. And with all the censorship that they're doing here on YouTube, it's really getting limited here as far as time and everything. I don't know how long we're going to have. So please get to restrictiverepublic.com. Subscribe today. Get it for $5 a month for the entire first year. Use the coupon code TRUMP. All right. So let's dive into this prehistoric ancient virus that they're digging up in Siberia there. Take a look. And I found this on sciencealert.com. Scientists have revived ancient zombie viruses frozen for eons in Siberia. And you can see it's a very recent article here, just a couple of weeks ago, but it states, as the world warms up, vast trenches of permafrost are melting, releasing material that's been trapped in its icy grip for years. This includes a slew of microbes that have lain dormant for hundreds of millennia in some cases. To study the emerging microbes, scientists have now revived a number of these zombie viruses from Siberian permafrost, including one thought to be nearly 50,000 years old, a record age for a frozen virus returning to a state capable of infecting other organisms. The team behind the work, led by microbiologist Jean-Marie Alpic from the French National Center for Scientist Research, says these reanimating viruses are potentially a significant threat to public health, and further study needs to be done to assess the danger that these infectious agents could pose as they awake from their icy slumber. That's pretty important. They're potentially a significant threat to public health. And they're just sitting up there waiting for some kind of heat wave or something to happen. But it goes on. Using live single-cell amoeba cultures, the team proved that the viruses still had the potential to be infectious pathogens. And they conclude with this. This is what the researcher said. It says, quote, the situation would be much more disastrous in the case of plants, animal, or human diseases caused by the revival of the ancient unknown viruses. So they're saying, look, this could be some kind of disaster in the future. Now, they're calling these particular revived viruses Pandora virus Yidoma, I guess is the name that they've given it. But it also concludes with this. Many of the viruses that will be released as the ice thaws will be completely unknown to us. We won't know what they are, although it remains to be seen how infectious these viruses will be once they're exposed to the light, heat, and oxygen of the outdoor environment. These are all areas that could be investigated in future studies, and they absolutely should be. And by the way, in case you want to see the study here, here's an update on the viruses that they had revived. And it kind of gets into a little bit of detail here in the abstract. And I'm just going to brief through it. It says 1/4 of the northern hemisphere is underlain by permanently frozen ground, referred to as permafrost, due to climate warming irreversibly thawing permafrost is releasing organic matter frozen for up to 1 million years, most of which decomposes into carbon dioxide and methane, further enhancing the greenhouse effect. Part of this organic matter also consists of revived cellular microbes, as well as viruses that remain dormant since prehistorical times. While the literature abounds on descriptions of the rich and diverse prokaryotic microbiomes found in permafrost, no additional report about live viruses have been published since the 2 original studies describing pythovirus and molovirus in 2015. This wrongly, keyword there, wrongly suggests that such occurrences are rare, in other words, they can happen, and that zombie viruses are not a public health threat, in other words, they are. But they go on to talk about that they have gathered 13 viruses that they isolated from 7 different samples that they got in the Siberian permafrost. So here we have a little over a dozen samples. 7 samples that they gathered from Siberia. They brought them back. And in those 7 samples, I don't know how big those samples are, but in 7 of them, they found 13 new viruses. Unknown to mankind, zombie viruses is what they're labeling them in the article. Now, here's the question. What are the chances of that permafrost melting and somehow humankind getting exposed? Now, mind you, we don't know how these viruses are going to react to light, oxygen, or just our regular surroundings when they come out of the permafrost. We have no idea. But we also have no idea how this could or maybe or not infect humanity. So the question is, has there ever been a case where, permafrost has thawed and maybe had an impact on society? And the answer is absolutely. And they reference a couple of those here in that report that I just saw talking about describing some of these as a reason to do that. But here's what I want to say. In 2016, and I'm just going to state it, you guys can look it up, but 1 child died and dozens of people were hospitalized after an anthrax outbreak happened in Siberia. Now, they believe that this outbreak was due to the fact that a reindeer carcass had unthawed from a heat wave that they had. It unthawed from the permafrost. And I guess some human came into contact with the dead carcass and thereby spread the anthrax to the human. So this is reportedly what was believed to happen. And this, again, was in 2016. But as a result of that particular outbreak from the carcass that came from the permafrost, 2,300 reindeers died, 1 child, and dozens of people were sent to the hospital. So to say that there's not a chance of something like that happening, I think they're obviously, the door is open for crap that can happen. But either way, I think that we should definitely investigate and do future studies on this to see what can and can't happen as a result. So anyhow, with that, I just thought I'd throw it out there, get it to you. I'd love to get your comments and concerns on that. But with that, please don't forget to check out my sponsor at noblegoldinvestments.com. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to their YouTube channel, they've got a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is free information, no charge. But Noble Gold Investments, and I'll leave a link in the description box below, but they've got information on the US dollar, on financial advisors, insane health benefits of gold and silver, how to diversify, all of these things, but lots of great information that you could just really dive in. But on top of it all, if you're looking for a way to invest and look into starting a 401k or a Roth IRA or an IRA backed by gold, silver, precious metals, give them a call at 1-877-646-5347. Let them know Lisa Haven sent you, or go to noblegoldinvestments.com. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.